Hi, friends. It's Sheryl from Tutoring with Sheryl and the Tech Hub for Tutors. And I'm here to talk to you a little bit about whiteboarding options. As an online tutor, we're always seeking options that are really easy to work with. And I want to just demonstrate a couple of them to you. The very first thing I'm going to do inside of my Google Meet is just, I'm going to pull up the Cami app because I love the Cami app. It has been a lifesaver for me. Now, it might not be as useful now that I have an option inside of Google Meet for annotating, but I'm just going to quickly pull up just a blank document in the background. I used it yesterday with a student, so let me share the screen with you. And I just have a blue document sitting in the background. Okay, now as soon as I share, you cannot see it. You cannot see this. I can actually annotate straight on the screen. So there's a little button that comes up for me and it says annotate. And then it also says let others annotate, and then I can add their name and they can annotate right on here. But I'm just going to go grab yellow and I'm just going to write directly on the screen. Okay, now clearly I'm using my mouse for that. Doesn't work that great. If you have something like this, a tablet with a pen, that's probably going to give you better results. And actually I use the disappearing ink. So now that I have my pen in my hand, we'll just change that from disappearing to regular ink. So let me push the right button here. And there is my star all over again. So I'm able to annotate on the screen. Now, what you cannot see is in my meeting, there's a little button that's located right about here, and it's a pen. And when I click the pen, I can do different things with it. So I can add a sticker if I wanted to, and just pop that right in there. I can grab the pen. The disappearing ink is what I was using before, where you write on the screen and then it will go away. And I can grab a text box and I can click. And let's see if I can't get that to work here. And I can say, hi. And then when I click outside of it, you should be able to see my hi. I should have probably capitalized that. And then I can come down here to that magic button again. And I can grab a sticky note and I can throw a sticky note in there. Let's see if I can't get that sticky note in there. And I can say hi again. And as soon as I click outside of it, you should be able to see the sticky note. And then my student could actually write on that sticky note if we want to do some typing in a different color or something like that. And then I have lines and shapes. So I can grab a circle, can put a circle in there. That looks more elliptical, but that's okay. I can grab that rectangle and pop a rectangle in there. I can grab a line. Well, it's not letting me grab my line. There we go. And grab my line and stick it in there. And then I can also grab an arrow and plop that in there as well. So that's pretty much the annotation with the screen recording inside of a Google Meet. But now I'm going to just change it over to, let me clear all of this. I'm going to go into the screen application for the Cami app. So you cannot see that I'm doing this, but I'm going to come over to the screen application and now I'm inside of Cami. Okay. And so inside of Cami, I can actually pull up documents that I've already used someplace else. Let's see. I was making some things for, I'm trying to think. I was doing some social media. So the very first thing that I have to do is I have to export it. Okay, that is not what I wanted to do. So let's go back into that. I want to just add something. So let's come in here. We'll add media. I grabbed the wrong thing. We'll just capture a picture of myself. Here we go. Okay, so now my picture's in there. My student could do that. You can edit it. You can change the size of it. You can turn it around. So if they had some homework or something, that would be a great thing for them to take a quick picture of that. And then when you click on it and push the trash button, it goes bye-bye. So if they have some homework, something that maybe is on a sheet of paper, they just hold it up and they can come over here, because once you've shared it, you would come over here to push share. And on this sharing, you want to say, anyone with the link can annotate. That would be what I would say. And I would probably also say share annotations with collaborators, and that they can download their own copy and that they can annotate. And then I would copy the link right here. Actually, let's go here, copy the link, And then inside of my Google Meet, which you probably cannot see, I would then place that in the in-call messaging, and then they would just sign in with their Gmail account, and boom, they would be in the document. So again, on here, you can type directly right on here. Let's do that again. Hello, I am Sheryl. Then the student could come in here. You can change you can edit the text. You can do all kinds of things in here. If you're working on equations, you can insert symbols. This is not something that I would find very helpful for me because I'm not the one that's, I'm not really doing that. So let's see if I can get that in there. Okay, so that is a very tiny little angle thing. So that's not going to be super helpful, but maybe that would be something that you would need. You could draw directly on it. Okay, and you can add shapes and you can erase. And this is where it gets a little tricky because you have to kind of drag it across it. And I find the eraser button actually kind of just tricky in general. And I've never done an AI question. That's something I'll let you explore. We showed the add the media, and then you can add a signature. So you can do a date, timestamp, upload an image, draw a signature on your phone. So yeah, there you go. So that's two ways actually that you can share your screen. Now I'm going to stop sharing my screen, popping right back into that meeting. And I'm going to show you the figjam. Now, and you can get a free Figma account. Okay, so you got to go into the Figma for educators. Just Google it. You'll be able to find it. I'll add that information in the description. And in the Google Meet, there's a little button that is a triangle, a square, and a circle, and it says activity. So I'm going to click that on the side, which you cannot see that. And I have installed the Figma, Lucid Spark, and Miro account. So I'm just going to click Figma because it's one that I'm using quite often. I could join an existing file. I'm just going to create a figjam file for right now. And I'm going to name it, and I'll just call it YouTube. Okay, and we'll create that figjam. Now it's going to take just a second. On my screen, it says, others who have the add-on installed can interact with the content. Allow Meet to see this tab so those with the add-on can follow along instead. I'm going to push continue. Now, my students are all able to join it. So let's see if we can't get that up. It's going to take just a second. Okay, so over here, if I want my students to be a part of this Figma, I have to push the share button. I can share it to their Google Classroom, okay? And that's typically the easiest thing to do. But the other easier thing to do is just to grab that link and copy the link. And then you're going to want to share anyone can view to, anyone can edit it. If you want to give them a password, you can. You push save. And then I always start an open session. So if the student wants to come back in the next 24 hours to look at what they were doing, they can. So I push start. Okay. During this session, anyone with the link can edit the file, even if they don't have an account. The session will automatically end after 24 hours, but you can end it earlier by clicking share and end now. So I'm just going to push the start button. Okay. And then we get into one that's kind of already ready to go. And I'm just going to click out of that. And I'm going to grab that pen, and I'm going to change the color to a blue color, and I can write on the screen. My student could do that too. Now, I would never take a younger student and just give them the board automatically. This is kind of tricky when you're working with elementary students because they think it's playtime. So you might want to build in some playtime. Okay, so teach them how to change the colors on the marker. You can change the size by going to the black dot and changing the thickness. You can see how that changes the thickness. They can come over and find their own color. So if they want some crazy red color that you don't have, they can come over and grab that red color. They can click the eraser and then erase by clicking. Okay, sometimes they might have to click that eraser button again to get the marker to show up in a live session when it's shared. I have found that. You can use washi tape, and the washi tape is just kind of a way to make things interactive and fun. I really don't use it that often, so that's not really one that I use. You can highlight, so if you put a text in here, they can highlight something. You can type inside of here, so if you say, hello, my name is Sheryl, period, and you want to change that text to huge. Okay, so I just changed it to huge, and now it's really huge. And then you say, okay, would you go in there and highlight the verb? And then they should be able to highlight it. Let's see if I can't get that highlighter to work. Okay, so we've got that highlighted. So you can do something like that. There are sticky notes in here. You can change the color of the sticky note, and then you can type on it. Well, I got to click on it to type on it. Oh, I just grabbed something different. Sorry, I silenced my phone, and then I got a little bit out of whack here. But let's see if we can't get in here, and I can change that font to larger if I want. Hi again. And boom, you're there. So when you're done, you just simply want to click end the activity and push continue, and you're there. So those are some simple whiteboarding tips and tricks that I hope will help you. If you join the Tech Hub for Tutors, you get stuff like this all the time in the digital library. So check back frequently. I will include the link to the Tech Hub for Tutors. Get signed up. It's a monthly or yearly membership. And then every month I have 2 trainings very similar to this one. You guys make it a great day. And as usual, keep the learning going.